at the Staples Center on Easter Sunday, the first of two. The Warriors and Lakers tonight in LA, tomorrow in Oakland. And this whole stretch having a huge impact on Western Conference playoff positioning. Kobe Bryant in LA at 48-21. Warriors at 42-26. And the Warriors putting that streak on the line where they have only lost back-to-back games one time since their 0-6 beginning without Stephen Jackson. Losing a heartbreaker to the Rockets. No Michael Petras tonight, so Stephen Jackson, Al Harrington, Andres Biedrins, Monte Ellis, and Baron Davis, part of our Southwest Airlines starting lineups. And so Harrington getting the nod alongside Biedrins. And Don Nelson down a man with Petras. And so does he go to Brandon Wright or Azubuike for a Warrior team that has lost 9 straight here at Staples? Split the series so far, 1-1, winning at home on Baron Davis. Incredible performance in Oakland. For the Lakers, no Pau Gasol and no Andrew Bynum, so Vladimir Radmanovich, who's been very hot lately, Lamar Odom, Ronny Turiaf, with Kobe Bryant and Derek Fisher approaching career numbers in terms of shooting the ball. And Phil Jackson said in the San Francisco papers, hey, we could be the team to beat. He feels they are.
He feels they're the best team in the West, and he certainly would feel that much better if they had their full complement of centers. When we're talking about Andrew Bynum and Pau Gasol. This is a team that is the best record in the West, as I said, 48-21, third best overall in the league behind Boston and Detroit. And 3 days ago, Bob, what an impressive victory when they went to Salt Lake City and threw only the 4th home loss of the season on the Utah Jazz. That's how well the Lakers are playing, even without Pau Gasol.
Utah had won the 19 in a row at home, and that streak coming to an end. But the Warriors losing by 3 to the Rockets in Oakland on Friday, and putting their not losing back-to-back game streak in jeopardy. We've talked about this stretch and how difficult it would be, but when you see the Lakers twice in a 48-hour period, this is daunting. And Petras out with a groin injury, and he has been playing so well, back-to-back double-doubles for Michael for the first time in his career. And the Warriors missing him at a key time, as are the Lakers missing Gasol and Bynum.
But what has he been providing when I'm talking about, well, let's talk about the Toyota Tundra keys to the game, Bob, because I hinted at it when we came on camera just a few moments ago. You've got to set the tone in the first quarter with the Lakers. They got up in Utah 38-18 in that first quarter. And the Warriors have been so successful when they lead after the first quarter. 27-7 overall. That's 80%. Slow the supporting cast. And we're talking about Turiaf. We're talking about off the bench Farmar. And all those players that give the Warriors problem when you don't think about them and you focus on the superstars. And then you've got to protect your possessions. The Lakers are playing at an incredible efficiency right now. And we can bear those numbers out later on.
Radmanovich, Turiaf, and they will run the triangle with the starters. Turiaf with a baby hook, rims in. Now, in a change, Baron Davis is likely to guard Kobe, so we will watch that. Asking a lot of Baron on offense and defense. Stephen Jackson with a great beginning as he rails the 3. Baron shadowing Kobe, and Baron having to run the Warrior offense. Turiaf lost it briefly. Kobe springs free and drops in the jumper. Kobe Bryant at 28 points a game. And then taking it from Monte Ellis. The push ahead to Fisher. And he will create space, but missed the layup. And out of bounds to the Warriors.
Well, he should have passed the ball off. And the Warriors got a break on that.
Jack Nees, Jimmy Clark, and Eric Lewis blowing the whistles tonight. Jack Nees, the venerable one, over 70 years of age, the oldest official in the NBA. St. Ellis with the drive and bringing that out. And here comes Lamar Odom. What a package at 6'10". The ability to handle, the ability to rebound, and having just a monster year. Aaron ends up on Radmanovich on the switch, pokes it away, but right to Odom, and he flies in, missing once, getting the rebound, and then out of bounds.
Well, they're fortunate again. They gave up on the play, and Odom got an offensive rebound. They thought he was going to convert it. Somehow he just couldn't get the handle on the ball. And I was going to say, Bob, with Mikael Pietrus. They're going to sorely miss him. He has averaged 8.8 rebounds a game over the last 10 games. Nearly 9 rebounds a game from Mikael.
That has been an Achilles heel for the Warriors. Monte Ellis, hiding behind Biedrins, puts in the elbow jumper.
Well, the Warriors had a great first quarter just a few days ago here against the Clippers in this arena.
Odom stepping back. You want him at three-point land. Under 30% to behind the back pass, and Turiaf finishes.
That's the value and the essence of Lamar Odom. What a terrific ball handler at 16.
Odom already has 4 rebounds in the game. Jackson to Biedrins, and an equally clever delivery and finish.
That ball looked like it was going to carry him off. It came up so hard, but the right angle, a little English, brought it back.
And Andres on the overplay, stealing it from Turiaf.
Well, they're missing 21 feet of center. When you're thinking about Chris Mihm, Andrew Bynum, and Pau Gasol.
Monte able to find the range there.
That's another reason Odom was up in double-digit rebounds. They need it.
Kobe went for the early post and couldn't get to that pass, and Jim Clark said Barron was holding on to him. Fouls on Baron Davis are going to be critical. Kobe gets to the foul line nearly 10 times a game, about 9.5. And I just don't know how you guard him. He is otherworldly offensively.
He's a willing passer now. So that angle doesn't have to be.
Well, and Barron's picked up 2 fouls without a lot of physical contact inside 3 minutes.
Barron was looking for help, and it never came. Kobe was looking equally, and it never came. And was the help in the middle? He went away from it. Waiting. He said, okay, well, no one's coming. I'm back into the lane area. I'll just bank it in, up and over a smaller man.
Now Barron with 2 fouls. How do you guard Kobe? Now we're going to get a technical foul on Baron Davis. So 2 fouls and a tee.
Well, so far this year, we've got emotional players in Baron Davis, Stephen Jackson. But Stephen Jackson has had no ejections this year, fewer technicals than in the past. And once in a while, you know what? Sometimes that helps in the officiating. Get it early like that, because Barron didn't agree with either of the first 2 fouls. Just incidental contact, particularly on the overplay.
Biedrins coming to help break that full court pressure, and then Monte streaking in to put it in.
Well, he just covered about 40 feet in 1.5 seconds.
I was going to say, want to see someone's 40 time? They're just at the NFL Combine. Turiaf passing out to Radmanovich.
That's what he's been doing.
56% on threes for Bad Vlad over the last 3 ball games. Warriors open 4 of 6 shooting, and yet they're down. Baron Davis dropping in the jumper. Now Barron could seize the moment. You always talk about, Jim, that the challenges for the great players.
This is LA, and this is playing against the Lakers.
Radmanovich shooting it over everything.
Now Monte doesn't have to go back and circle around behind the rebounder. That stops your fast break.
Barron down the range, challenging Turiaf and putting it in.
He just released it before they got there. He released it just before the peak of his jump, and that's a soft finger roll. That's why you get the roll off the rim and the glass.
I'll tell you what, his first 4 minutes as Jackson goes around Jack Nees, taking it in. Harrington draws the foul and can't finish the lay-in. Stephen Jackson had the steal, went around Jack Nees, the delivery, and Harrington will get to the line. Now, the officials are part of the court, but that was interesting.
Did a little tightrope walk along the sideline. Overplays. Lazy pass by Odom. Goes around Jack Nees. Beautiful pass. And Harrington actually came on the wrong foot. He wasn't able to go up with that right hand and have his body between the defender.
That was Jack going around Jack. And then to our left sits Jack.
Very good.
Warrior high in rebounding against the Rockets with 13 pulls, and without Pietrus, they will need Al scoring as well as the rebounding. Free throws down.
Set the tone early with the defense if you can. They've given up some, but they haven't been burned too often.
Fisher missing there. There's the battle for the rebound, and Harrington wins it.
Harrington gives help a lot, and therefore sometimes he loses sight of his man.
Aaron's got Radmanovich on him. Harrington springs free. Missing the three. And Al's three-point shooting has really been slumping the last 10, 15 ball games.
Over the last 4 games, his free throw shooting as well.
Turioff missing there, and you'd love him to take that shot.
Exactly. Yeah, Barron's got his legs back today. You can see that.
Radmanovich will draw the foul.
This is a mismatch heavily favoring Baron Davis if they continue to leave Radmanovich on Barron. He seems like he gets mismatched there every time now.
Now, Phil Jackson thinking, hey, maybe they're calling it very tight early. Does he not want Kobe or others? As Monte got up so high, he just couldn't collect the ball and dunk it.
He just misjudged it there and hit it off the front of the iron. And that cost him. Beautifully run out of bounds play, and I'm surprised that got by Phil Jackson because he's very clever, knows what's happening, and they run that a lot.
The type of 4-point swings you can't afford as Jackson and Biedrins unable to connect.
Well, on that play, Stephen Jackson penetrated so deeply, Biedrins didn't think that he should pass the ball because they were just too close together, and I agree.
The first quarter critical to both these teams. Great front runners after the first 12 minutes. And with 6:58 remaining in the first, we're even at 15. And Baron Davis, a homecoming to the Southland, and a good one here at Staples. 6:58 remaining in the first, even at 15, and we hook up with Matt Steinmetz. And Matt, third meeting, but a lot of moving parts for both coaches tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think this game's going to be a lot different than the first 2 matchups when the Lakers just pounded the ball inside to Andrew Bynum. If you'll remember, the first game here in December against the Lakers, they went inside to Bynum about 8-10 times right off the bat. I think they're going to play differently tonight, probably more perimeter-oriented, relying more on Kobe as a scorer. But you know what? If they want to go down and pound it to Ronny Turiaf, I think that's something the Warriors are willing to live with.
Yeah, Turiaf had a beautiful pass out to Radmanovich for 3, but he is not Pau Gasol and he is not Andrew Bynum, and I'm not really going out on a limb saying that in either case.
When they lost that game here on December the 9th, first time they played the Lakers, Bynum was superb. He had 5 blocks, 11 rebounds in that game, 20 points, and they don't have that factor. Radmanovich is going to be on the perimeter. They're not going to run the triangle offense with him at the deep post.
Turiaf's getting all he wants, and early on he's hurting the Warriors. Turiaf 3 of 5 for 6 points. You remember his story, having open heart surgery to fix an aortic root valve in his heart. Second round pick out of Gonzaga. Monte Ellis. Monte is 2 of 6. An uncharacteristic miss on the dunk. Kobe having it knocked away. Turiaf setting up Radmanovich.
One of his rare drives.
And Turiaf again. Ronny Turiaf only averages 6 points a game. He's got 8 here in the first quarter.
These are the supporting cast players that we alluded to. I mean, his season high is 15 points. He's already going off.
Warriors getting very perimeter now. Still shooting 50%, as is the Lakers. And Biedrins, good vision on the ball. Monte. He just creates something out of nothing. Kind of a wrong foot, half step, and then I'll just put it off the glass. And we're going to need a monster game from Monte Ellis tonight.
I think they need good three-point shooting, too, because in the loss, they were 8 of 33 from three-point shooting. In the win at home 5 days later, 12 of 25. And Stephen Jackson is 2 of 12 against the Lakers this year. Let's see how he comes out of that if we hit that first one today.
Harrington missing a 3. And Biedrins working hard, trying to save it. And out to Stephen Jackson.
Nice little mid-range shot. And those are the ones you just count on. And Monte's been pretty dependable this year. That was in and out. And to test Monte here, he's shading him baseline.
Kobe feeding inside, and Jackson fouling Turiaf. Barron had picked up 2 quick ones. Stephen Jack picks up his first.
Underneath, right in the center there. Just a little push.
3 Warrior team fouls, 2 on the Lakers.
Let's watch this again. That's a great play by Biedrins. He had his vision on the ball.
Jack in a scattered situation. Steven Jackson with a baby hook. Steven Jackson looking pretty frisky early offensively, and the Warriors answering everything LA has. Steven Jackson will take a turn on Kobe. Odom losing the handle.
This time Jack Neese got out of the way when Jackson was coming.
Steven Jackson, a transition triple.
That's 2 of 2 from three-point range for Jackson. So he has already made the full number that he made in the 2 previous games. That's a great sign. Talk about how important it is for him to be good.
And Turioff, make him a play creator.
2-on-1.
Monte dropping it. The pass and crash. Take away the layup. You've
got to pass the ball under control and move to the side. You've got to slow down. Fisher's the veteran. Now Fisher's backpedaling. That's a bad call because Fisher never had position. It should be a no call. It's a simple no call, but you've got to be aware of that, and you've got to slow down. You have plenty of time. It's a 2-on-1. You split the defender. When he shades you that far, you just keep going wider to the right, taking further away.
Kobe mid-range shot, and Jackson knocking it away from Turioff.
Steven Jackson got hit on the noggin. Knocked his little brace down. Headband.
Baron to Biedrins. And a foul on the pass. And that will take away the bucket.
Well, they're doing a pretty good job of getting some penetration mixed up with the outside shooting and looking at Biedrins. How about this over the top?
Baron, just a wonderful catch. Harrington is fouled. And is it 3 free throws?
I believe it is.
And it will be. So Turioff, a little out of control and a mental mistake. Harrington hasn't made a shot. And he crashes into him and gives Al 3 free throws. And Turioff picking up fouls. There's not a lot of bigs on the Laker bench.
Baron Davis trying to get Al Harrington going. Now, there may have been a foul there, but the ball was already released, and Al has got to get that ball up in the basket. He's been just not shooting well lately.
And he's 3 for 3 from the line as Luke Walton will check in. Warriors deal of the game. You can guarantee a seat to the playoffs by placing a deposit towards next year's season tickets and get a free ticket to see the Sonics. That's the fan appreciation night, final game of the regular season. And that is only tonight, the deal of the game at 888-GSW-HOOP. And operators ready to help you right now. And that Sonics game, if you don't think that's going to matter in terms of playoff positioning and the way the West is going, it's coming down to the last week and the last day of the season. Brandon Wright will check in. Biedrins will sit down.
Well, we talked about who's going to come off the bench first. So Brandon gets his shot here.
And Al 2 for 3 from the line. So Harrington 4 of 5 free throwing. And the Warriors doing it defensively and 9 unanswered.
And Brandon Wright on Odom.
Luke Walton on Harrington. Kobe from the foul line. Kobe Bryant's got 7 points and a couple boards. The alley-oop. Brandon Wright running the floor.
If you can run, you can convert. He is long. He's as long as Odom is. Brandon Wright is even longer.
The early energy by Brandon. Don Nelson says that run back on defense, run down on offense. And Radmanovich too deep a position. Remember Vladimir Radmanovich in Seattle, traded for Chris Wilcox to the Clippers, then signed as a free agent by the Lakers.
Got a big contract. Had shoulder separation last year. Now the reverse just didn't go.
Odom handling. Now Kobe on the wing. Fisher out of the corner and buries the 3.
Monte has to get a little closer. He got caught up looking at the ball handler.
Derek Fisher, 41% from beyond the arc this year. Brandon Wright inside, had it stripped, but it's still Warrior ball. We go to the mandatory timeout. 2:21 remaining in the first quarter, even at 26. Baron Davis and Kobe, Jackson and Lamar Odom. Huge game, huge matchups both ways. Jack and the accoutrements of the Staples Center. Even at 26 with 2:21 remaining in the first quarter. Ronny Turiaf pretty active early, Jim, and he's got 8 points, and they're using him in a variety of ways.
Well, when you get penetration, then your 5-man, in this case it was Biedrins, has to come over and give help. And again, Biedrins was staying inside, and that's why Turiaf got 2 jumpers from the elbow, the short elbow by the free throw line. And in 9 minutes, he's been pretty efficient. Those 8 points actually came in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Ronny Turiaf leading the Lakers with 8. Monte Ellis 6, and Steven Jackson 8 for the Warriors.
But so far, the Warriors have weathered this storm pretty well. They've missed some opportunities scoring inside.
Harrington springs free, and Odom recovered. Jackson walks into a deep 3 that he banks in. He banks in the triple.
Happy Easter.
And Steven Jackson has 11, but 3 threes.
It wasn't called, but it counts.
Radmanovich, Lamar Odom, Kobe Bryant, Jordan Farmar. Kobe just money from that elbow. So Jordan Farmar, who's just been terrific in a backup point guard role. UCLA product.
Someone's got to move without the ball. They finally do.
Jackson in traffic, a tough finish. And what Don Nelson is doing is finding Radmanovich and going right at him defensively.
Warriors have to be aware when the ball goes to someone's hands, you can't stand and watch, because then it brings in multiple defenders into play. You don't have as many driving lanes. That's a lap, for sure.
Monte with a rebound, a chance to run. In on Odom, Brandon Wright filling the lane, tried to cram it down, and Odom got a piece of it.
That was a terrific defensive play. And probably one you just go off the board with a little bit higher.
Feeding Odom inside. So Lamar Odom on both ends of the floor.
That was a strength play there. He just moved Brandon Wright off the low block himself. Brandon was fronting, but he had no chance because he moved towards the free throw line. The ball went over the top.
Brandon setting up Jackson. Radmanovich running at him. Brandon Wright will track it down. Jackson blocked by Odom again. Lamar Odom doing it defensively. Farmar in transition. That's a shot the Warriors would love him to take.
Good defensive recovery there.
Jackson, another 3. Steven Jack with 16 in the first quarter.
Well, that's exactly what he did when he came down here against the Clippers. He had 16 that first quarter, and it made 4 threes in that first quarter just 5 days ago.
Shot clock off. Kobe gives the ball up. Farmar, a good look at a 3, but shot it flat. Brandon Wright with the rebound. And the Warriors do win the first 12 minutes. They're 27-7 when they lead at the end of 1. As good a beginning as they've had in Los Angeles in a long time, led by Captain Jack. Steven Jackson shooting, scoring the last 8 points for the Warriors. And it's a 4-point lead after the first 12 minutes in a critical game in the Western Conference playoff positioning. Inside the Staples Center, getting ready for the second quarter with the Warriors shooting 50%, the Lakers shooting 50%. 4-point Warrior edge. Monte Ellis, Kalena Azubuike's first playing time with Jackson. Al Harrington and Brandon Wright remains in the ball game. No Michael Petrus tonight. Injured groin. Harrington on Luke Walton. And so Al gets his first field goal, and it's not a perimeter shot. He works on the post.
He's been shooting, Bob, 37.5% over the last 8 games. And it just has to get better than that coming down the stretch.
Azubuike going to take a turn on Kobe. Force him into a fadeaway. You've done your job.
And if Al can rebound like that, that'll help him tonight, too. So far, he's done a nice job.
Azubuike from deep. It's called a pass to Brandon Wright.
That's double. He jumped up, came down. That's traveling.
Yeah. He let it go of it, but realized, uh-oh, I'm in no man's land. Sasha Vujacic with Ronny Turiaf, Jordan Farmar, Luke Walton, and Kobe. And this is why the Lakers are better. This second unit and the role players. Farmar shooting it well from 3. So is Vujacic. Walton's always been a solid player. And Turiaf has come alive this year. Monte tipping. And then Jackson fouling Vujacic. Nearly a great play by the Warriors. Credit the extra hustle by Sasha Vujacic. So now Jackson with 2, Baron Davis with 2.
Well, you're right about this balanced attack, because against Seattle here 2 nights ago, they got 68 bench points. And of course, it was a big blowout, but those guys were scoring.
And Harrington knocking it off Walton's leg.
8 players in double figures for the Lakers in that game. They're playing with a lot of confidence. Half a game ahead in the West over New Orleans.
The points off turnover is a great sign for the Warriors, and add another bucket as Monte Ellis soars in with the left hand.
Do you know how tough and how smooth he made that shot with his left hand? Put it out and down. He's unbelievable with that.
Kobe with Azubuike bothering him a little bit.
Harrington is 5th rebound of the night. He's doing a great job.
Coming off that 13-rebound game against the Rockets. Steven Jackson. Farmar, Brandon Wright trying to keep it alive, but it's a nice matchup, Turiaf and Brandon Wright. And Turiaf a little out of control. They don't have a football team in L.A., and he wouldn't be the quarterback if they did.
They don't have those padded sidelines.
The L.A. Avengers do play here in arena football, and that is over the wall. And in arena football, you get to keep the ball, but in the NBA, you got to give it back.
That was just a little errant, regardless of whether Jack Nees was there or not.
Just a second, I'm looking up Aaron. Here's the whistle on the drive. I mean, there's got to be an art to throwing that outlet pass, Jim, right? You don't throw it sideways.
Bill Russell always taught his players in training camp how to throw an outlet pass like that, how to pronate your hand. A two-hand, though, shouldn't be that difficult.
Monte again finishing. Took the bump from Turiaf and still got it to go.
There is no way he had vision on the rim when he made that shot. He just felt and just was understanding and very comfortable in that lane.
And Brandon Wright sending Farmar's shot away. So a 9-0 Warrior run, and the rookie getting a little run. Brandon's got 3 boards, a bucket, and a block.
How about the block? Beautiful. Almost kept it in play. And Monte, just off the left, down here, worrying about it. Well, he did keep vision pretty well, but that's just an awkward shot that he's doing under control.
Farmar, that is not goaltending. It's going to be a foul, but
this ball appeared to be on the way up.
Yeah, that's Don Nelson. I'm in complete agreement. That's an absolute gift.
They wouldn't even call this in the NCAA tournament. You'll have a great look. Still going up. Oh, no. That's a good block. Wiped it away before it got to the glass. On the way up.
3-point play. Farmar with 3.
Well, the officials are human, as we know. That's a good look from him.
Azubuike fighting. Brandon Wright will be fouled. But Azubuike, Brandon Wright, some of the bench players kicking in to help out Steven Jackson and Baron Davis tonight.
They're going to need it tonight and tomorrow night. Rebound long, and there's 3 orange jerseys inside. So they're fighting for it.
Brandon knocking down the free throw. So 7 minutes for Brandon Wright with Petrus not playing tonight. Giants and A's Saturday at 12:30 on FSN Bay Area. We're getting closer and closer to opening day both ways. Spring training baseball right here. Splitting the free throws. Phil Jackson's nervous enough that he hasn't sacked Kobe with this bench unit. And Farmar, what a drive.
What an improvement for Jordan Farmar in his second year. He's just gotten so much better this year.
Jordan Farmar with a 26 pick back in 06. And another finish, and this time the foul, and Monte doing everything.
Monte is putting on a clinic how to drive the lane over bigger people and finish. This is an absolute clinic, what he's doing here.
8:57 remaining in the half. Turiaf will pick up his 3rd foul. Monte Ellis with the dozen. Jordan Farmar, another good young guard that's improving. And right now, the Warriors playing very well at Staples. Well, as good as the Warriors have played in Staples in recent memory, shooting better than 50%, forcing 9 Laker turnovers, and building the 8-point lead right now. And Monte Ellis with a dozen, and just finishing in a variety of fashion.
How about this left-handed drive? He goes into Turiaf, keeps him out of the play, and has that beautiful left hand. Then a little mid-range jump shot, taking his time. A little crossover, loses Farmar, and goes into Turiaf again. So he jumps into a potential shot blocker. He still has enough to finish the shot, and you cannot teach that. In fact, sometimes you can't even practice it. You just extemporaneously learn how to do it in game action, Bob, as strange as that may sound.
And Monte, after taking a little bit of punishment, will get his first free throw. And now we've got a technical foul. And it's a delay of game. So it's a second delay of game on LA. And that will be a technical free throw. Tomorrow night, we have Roundtable Live at 7 o'clock, and Warriors-Lakers again in high definition from what should be the loudest crowd of the season. And fans were just terrific against the Rockets, and they'll be more than ready for the 4th and final meeting with LA tomorrow.
Steven Jackson hits that. You know, Bob, over the last 4 games, the Warriors are under 70% in 3 of those games. But Jackson has been superb on the year. 83%. And he's been, over the second half of the season, he's been even better. So the Warriors have to shoot better from the line. Al's been under 50% over the last 3 games. When it comes down, you need better defense, closing the season. And these close games like this, you need better free throw percentage.
So a 4-point possession. The technical free throw in the delay of game and the 3-point play.
It's a good way to build a lead. This is short.
Vujicic missing there. Biedrins sending Jackson on his way. Monte, Jack, and Barron with Azubuike and Andres Biedrins. Nearly knocked away. Beating Andres down low. And the Warriors now, with Turiaf having 3 fouls, this is really the smallest the Lakers can be, and this is the largest Warrior lead.
Well, they've come ready to play, and they are making their presence known. That's flat also.
Kobe missing there.
They're playing confident basketball.
Monte right over Farmar's head.
He just had a sense that he was there, didn't he? With his back turned.
On Jackson on Farmar. He did well to shove him off the block, but a defensive 3-second technical.
So you get another free throw that Jackson can knock down.
I was going to say something about the delay of game. You know, Phil Jackson's very cagey. Lots of teams, when the Warriors, even on made buckets, like to run, like Phoenix, they'll mess with the ball going through the net and things like that. To get that early delay of game, now the second one was the Lakers coming on the floor late. But a lot of teams, Utah in particular, Boozer messes with the ball after every made bucket.
Karl Malone always did.
Yeah. And that's good officials. You don't let them get away with it. And it's nice to see that.
Kobe waiting, so there's not much room there for Barron to go back to the middle. Kobe went up higher.
Barron trying to sneak it into Biedrins, and the Laker defense very good.
I think Barron could take a little fadeaway 6-footer there.
Vujicic to Odom.
You want him to shoot a 3.
Walton wants Kobe. And now he's got Biedrins. Beautiful play. That's the difference in Kobe Bryant right now. Kobe, a year ago, down 10 points. He's taking that shot even on 2 defenders. Tonight, the passer.
Yep, and Luke Walton is a very smart basketball player, fundamentally sound. Kobe knew he would do that. Just a simple pass and cut.
Well executed. Odom is the de facto center here for the Lakers. Kobe coming back. Jackson 3, rimming out, and Farmar with a good defensive board. These are very deep, and Farmar, what a play. Jordan Farmar got the defensive rebound, and 94 feet later draws the foul, taking it to the rim.
Well, he's pretty fearless going in there, but you want to go away and not foul him. He's not a great finisher. Here's the play by Kobe, double team. You split the defenders, a little cut. That's where weak side defenders have to come into play. And you're going to see the 5-man, Andres Biedrins, probably be the only man on the floor to double team Kobe Bryant. So when he does that, you've got to be cognizant his man is going to be cutting.
The KFC Colonel's Corner, that'll be Thursday against Portland. Get a Warrior ticket with a 2-piece meal for just $25. Stop by any participating East Bay KFC. Check out Warriors.com for more information. But Portland on Thursday will be a national telecast. And the Blazers and Warriors have had some great matchups this year. He thought about the three. Now driving, rising, and finishing.
How about that over Odom? Going to his left. Wanted to get all the way to the rim, pulled up, and had to fade on that. That's a good concentration.
The Warriors trying to manage this double-digit lead. Unfamiliar territory at the Staples Center. Kobe trying to sneak inside. Jackson was there. Barron comes up with it. Barron pushing alley-oop, but Monte finish.
He handled that one that time, didn't he?
And here comes Farmar off a made bucket. Jordan Farmar to the rim, and he draws another foul.
You got to give that young man credit.
Jordan Farmar, we talk about Monte Ellis. Farmar's pretty quick coast to coast.
Yes, he is, and he's only 6'2". How about the alley-oop? Great pass from Barron. Read it and also took his time. And then Farmar ran out. Smart play. Just held on to the ball, made sure he got contact. Once again, almost a duplication of the previous one.
Yeah, you don't want Biedrins picking up his fouls doing that. Now when he's got to deal with everything inside.
See, Farmar is a better shooter from the perimeter than a finisher. If he could do it. Now, it was tough because he made a nice play of that. If you want to maybe jump at him a little bit and then back away, if you're able to do that. Jump early, you're still on the ground, then you go up and you've changed him a little bit.
Same thing with Derek Fisher.
Yeah, even more so.
Yeah, you want to back off him and almost dare him to finish.
Even more so.
Farmar splitting free throws, but the ricochet right to Radmanovich. Farmar for three.
That's what he does better.
That's a 4-point possession there for the Lakers. And Farmar at 39% from beyond the arc. It's a big play there. The Warriors had the momentum. Baseline inside of the backboard.
Stop the ball. Stop the ball early. Jackson helped out enough.
Radmanovich ran to the line. Farmar hit the last one. Walked into his own rebound. That should not happen. And the rebound finally pulled by Azubuike. This one going end-to-end frenetically. Monte hanging and finishing again.
The little guy has a knack to get by people. Gets knocked around a little bit, but maintains control.
Monte 11 of his 17 here in the second. Jackson took over with 16 in the first. Monte is doing it in the second. And Walton hitting the jumper.
You've got up-tempo here, and this is a very good NBA game.
Lakers are the third best shooting team in the NBA. The fourth best defensive field goal percentage team.
Now Walton played good defense there, and that's a fourth shot.
What's impressive is Kobe is sitting, and the Lakers are still good. And Barron even better with a steal.
2-on-1, can you finish it?
Barron on Odom, putting it up and in.
Say you run a 2-on-1, you just go with the guy. If he just keeps retreating, and lay it up.
Vujacic for three. These guys are gassed right now.
And so was Jackson, otherwise he had the rebound.
Oh, Vujacic, he walks, but he'll get the foul going into the lane.
They are gassed, both of them. That was a long rebound, and Jackson just could not move.
4:43 remaining in the first half. You want to play up tempo? The Warriors are more than ready. Warriors playing terrifically in LA, leading by a dozen, but in the Western Conference, you are scoreboard watching and keeping an eye on other teams. And Matt Steinmetz, Dirk Nowitzki out with what looks to be a reasonably significant injury.
Yeah, earlier today they were playing the San Antonio Spurs, and he came down and hurt that knee and ankle. They said they're going to get more tests on it done tomorrow, and they'll know more. But you're right, it certainly didn't look good. And with the Warriors playing Dallas twice in the next 10 days, you know, you don't obviously like to see an injury, but as long as there is one, you might as well try to take advantage of it. So the Warriors may be looking at playing Dallas without Nowitzki in the next week or so.
Left ankle and knee injury. Dallas medical staff called it a lower leg injury, but they'll have the MRI and have some type of timetable tomorrow, but that's a significant loss for the Dallas Mavericks. And Dallas, by losing today, Jim, equal to the Warriors in the loss column.
Yeah, with the Warriors playing them twice coming up here.
Vujacic missing the free throw. And also, Warrior fans watching the Denver game, Toronto led by 2 with about 2.5 left in the ball game. Denver went on a 13-2 run to win that game. Back-to-back wins on the road for the Nuggets, and they will deal with Memphis tomorrow and finish their road trip. Of course, the Warriors going to Denver on Saturday as Vujacic fouls Baron Davis. Lakers' fourth team foul. And that was the final as Carmelo and Allen Iverson combined for 69 points.
So 2-2 on that road trip.
With Memphis coming tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's where Denver, the Nuggets are saying, hey, the Warriors are playing the Lakers twice. We're playing Toronto and Memphis.
Their eyes are lighting up. And they took care of the first one.
We're spending a lot of energy here. Matt Barnes getting his first playing time.
Against the zone here.
Clock at 3. And Ivanovic, thank you very much.
Ooh, that's a nice gift.
And spend a second on the zone, Jim, because that is what really has bedeviled the Warriors against Phoenix and Sacramento.
Part of this reason is Phoenix had success with the zone against Monte Ellis, and he's been one of the primary offensive threats tonight.
Harrington step back. Now just cannot buy a jump shot. 1 of 5, and his only bucket is that layup. Beating Odom inside. Harrington got ball but got armed. So Lamar Odom to the line.
Very close to 3 seconds in the lane there on Odom. He was parked there, but they rotated the ball fast enough, evidently.
So Lamar Odom, you think of him with Cuttino Mobley, playing for Rhode Island, eliminated by the Stanford Cardinal. Jim Herrick was the coach. Lamar Odom drops in the free throw. Stars and Sharks, Mike Modano and the Stars taking on the Sharkies Thursday at 7.
Yeah, I remember Odom at Rhode Island, only 1 year. Came out and played that Pete Newell Classic.
And then I remember Cuttino Mobley, and
yeah,
we saw him
pretty good.
Opening night playing for the Rockets, hit a game-winning 3 against the Warriors, and it was like, oh, wait, that's going to be a good pro. Baron Davis for 3, and the Warriors moved the ball inside out.
Well, they threw over the top of the trap in the backcourt and then went to the middle, and they had a perfect triangle against that defense. And then Baron was the trailer, perfectly executed.
Odom flashing down the lane, that's just too easy.
Well, if you want to play on his left side, you've got to get, overplay on ball side, and then you're on the right side of Elvin, or the proper side of Odom. Ball dribbling here.
Baron got around Walton, got the lay-in.
Well, that's why they don't like to play man-to-man. And they did some nice movement on the weak side to open up the lane for Baron, and there was no help.
Now the big 3 are all in double figures, Jackson, Baron, and Monte. Kobe healing. I'll tell you what, Kalena Azubuike is doing a job on Kobe Bryant, and Odom just took the rebound away from both of them. Barnes closed out on Fisher there. And then Walton throws it away.
5 on 3, some people have to stay back.
And Monte, always a good decision to give it to him. Kalena Azubuike, you're guarding Kobe, and then you're running the break. And Baron another steal. Who's Walton throwing it to? And then Baron is fouled. They're not chanting Luke. They're actually booing Walton's last 2 passes. 2:32 remaining in the first half. The Warriors 21 points off Laker turnovers, and the lead continues to grow. The Warriors shooting 12 of 20 in the second quarter and limiting the Lakers to 38% shooting. The largest lead of the game is right now. And the turnover differential, Jim, really the difference. And it's so remarkable because it comes in this building. Now, I'm not saying I buy my office products somewhere else, but I don't like Staples in any way, shape, or form because the Warriors just can't seem to win here. And they played very well in beating the Clippers, albeit without Brandon Kamen. But they just, I don't know if it's the building or the travel or it's mostly on a back-to-back or whatever, but this has been a house of horrors, and the Warriors have eradicated all the curses really everywhere else around the league.
So when you go back, you're talking about all the games here, and you've got the other half of the games up there. How many years does that go back? Doesn't that go back to 2000 and 2001 and 2002? Well, they won 3 NBA championships. They were pretty good, weren't they?
Maybe that's why they've struggled.
I'm going to dissect it for you. I mean, they were pretty good with Shaq and Kobe in those years.
Although, to be fair, last year the Warriors make the playoffs and the Lakers sweep them. In the season series, Lakers won all 4 games, and the Warriors never sniffed.
Tough matchups. And it could be very well an 8-1 seed, or 1-8 if you will, this year. And we'll have more trips to L.A.
Yes, I mean, if playoffs started tonight, that would be the matchup, Lakers-Warriors. So free throws made, and keep pouring it on defensively. Odom and Fisher in a 2-man game. There's Fisher driving. And the Lakers, they're going to live with that. The Warriors have won. Kobe just hammering Matt Barnes. The Lakers and all Phil Jackson teams close quarters, close halves relentlessly. This 2:10 is left. The Warriors have owned the half, particularly this quarter. And if you want to go to the NBA Finals like the Lakers have done, Wrigley and Double Mint Gum will help you do that. Look inside specialty marked packs of Wrigley's Double Mint Gum. No purchase necessary. We'll go to WrigleyHoops.com and find out about how you could win a trip to the NBA Finals. Barnes missing both free throws, but Harrington batting it out. New possession. Barron, tough step back. Tay tipping it to Barnes, another new possession. Azubuike for 3, and it's the Warriors with 3 cracks at it that brings their bench off their feet.
Well, they've got a 19-point lead. Don't look now.
The bench players jumped up as that 3 went in. That was a big sequence.
Got to tell Azubuike's playing a clear side there. That's good defense. There's not much more you can do.
You can't play Kobe any better than that. And block the shot in the meantime.
Kept giving ground, but still held his ground for the most part.
Thought about a monster 3.
Kobe's making him go left. He'd like to make him go left.
And DeMonte saving it inside. Barnes with the funny hook. It's short. Now Barnes is down. He got hit in the head. Matt Barnes is behind the play. Vujacic missing the 3. Azubuike with the rebound. Barnes got hit in the eye, and he's over near the bench.
No blood.
Monte to Harrington inside. Monte Ellis, a creator.
Phil Jackson just still sitting down. Of course, he's had both hips replaced, but doesn't leave that King's chair. And you're right, there are boos permeating this arena.
Odom knocked away by Harrington.
They can still trade 2 for 1.
Monte with a quick shot. Yes, sir! 13 straight by the Warriors. The bench enjoying it. Warrior fans here at Staples making noise. Monte with 21 in the half. Jackson with 18. Barron with 13. 25 points off turnovers. Kobe rising to the shot clock at 1. Missing there. Fisher will reload from 3. He misses. Odom inside. He misses. And the Warriors dodge 3 of them. They go to the half, scoring the final 13. The big halftime lead, but the job only half done. But you couldn't have scripted it any better for the Warriors. The big 3 explode with Barron and Monte and Jackson playing tremendous basketball and combining for 52 points. And the Warrior lead monstrous as we hit the break. Well, the Lakers dominate the third. They come from 26 down to make it a 6-point game heading into the fourth. And the momentum in a building can affect everybody. But this is a new defensive technique that all teams should be teaching, Jim.
Well, Brandon Wright gets it. Derek Fisher absolutely hammers him on the wrist before the red lights went off, before the clock expired. Should have had 2 free throws. But that was the way the quarter was. That's just kind of a little mini capture.
I mean, at some point, yes, the other team's playing really well and they're blowing you out. There still are fouls called in the game.
It's just the NBA. Second and third quarters, night and day difference.
So now we got a 12-minute ball game, and the Warriors start with a 6-point lead. Vujacic working on the baseline, and Barnes sends him away. Now Brandon Wright, Matt Barnes with Jackson, Monte, Ellis, and Azubuike. Barron resting, and Monte down the lane.
Now, it wasn't a fast break, but they came down, and they got early offense, and they had a great spread.
Kobe on the box. Azubuike guarded him well in the second. And then a strength there. And Kobe, a beautiful finish. And his 2 tough customers right there working on the box.
That's a battle of wills as well as talent.
Jackson spinning, dropping to Brandon Wright. Puts it in, and that is a foul.
Nice move by Jackson. Didn't make the pass too early. The spin move brings Odom into play. And Brandon did bring the ball down, but did a good job of protecting it on the way up to the glass.
Brandon Wright, 5 points, 5 rebounds. And make it 6.
Doing a pretty good job on his free throws. That's 2 out of 3 tonight.
Kobe with 22 points. And 11 in the third. Double coming. Azubuike got there to contest the shot, and Odom got the air ball.
Oh, that is too bad. When you play Kobe that well, again, though, it's an air ball. And what do air balls do? That
always go to the offensive player.
It seems like it.
Again, an illegal defense, 3-second violation. On the Lakers, that'll be a technical free throw.
Stevens made a couple of them tonight. He might as well go to the line again.
Jackson had a rough third quarter. He did not make a shot. 0 for 4. But he's got 20. When Steven Jackson scores 20 or more, the Warriors are 28-6.
Well, after making 4 3-pointers in that first quarter, he only took 2 in the third. And in that kind of game, I thought he was very circumspect in his shot selection. He's 3 of 3 tonight from shooting technicals, by the way, or illegal defense tees, if you will. Overall, he's been great from the line. 5 of 5.
19 of 24 free throws.
That's good. Much better.
Nelson wants to see if they can play, give Barron some rest.
Better shoot it.
Brandon Wright didn't see the shot clock. Got to see the shot clock and be aware of the situation.
They saw Azubuike, responsibility there. He got the ball with 4 seconds. He penetrated. Everyone assumed he was going to shoot, but when that ball got rotated, you better know to launch it yourself.
Now the Warriors forced so many turnovers that first half. And Brandon Wright sending Farmar away. What a block!
That was initiated by Don Nelson at the end of that sequence a moment ago.
Barnes for 3. Long rebound to Walton. Odom again, putting it up and in. And a blocking foul on Steven Jackson. So now Baron Davis has to come to the scorer's table.
They said Steven Jackson, he may have been there, but he was in the restricted area.
And so Jackson with 4 fouls, Biedrins with 5 fouls, Monte with 4 fouls. A long way to go in this game, and key players have picked up the whistles. Lamar Odom is having a wonderful game. And he's been perfect from the line, 7 of 7. So Farmar and Odom, Vujacic, Walton, and Kobe. This is the closest the Lakers have got as they pulled it within 5. The Warriors led by 23 at the half and had it up to 26 in the third. Monte on the baseline reversing. And then there's Monte recovering. Jackson on Farmar. Foul on Jordan Farmar. Team fouls on the Lakers. Jim Clark just told Don Nelson to get back near his bench.
To the hash mark.
Outside the coach's box.
Good thing they don't say that in baseball.
Going to work on Vujacic. Odom's there lurking. Azubuike for 3. Threes have not been there in the second half. And the alley-oop to Kobe.
Well, it got to 84-81. It staved it off. Now it's 93-90.
Aaron turning the corner. And an offensive foul. Warriors turn it over. Long way to go in the game, but the Lakers with all the momentum. Staples Center rocking. Odom. And Barron stepping into the passing lane. A chance to run to Monte. In on Kobe. Takes the body bump. And Monte Ellis draws the foul on Kobe. Took a shot with the shoulder. And he will get to the line. And that will be foul number 4 on Kobe. 8:42 remaining in the game. Lakers trying to come from 26 down. Warriors trying to find their sea legs and hold them off. The Warrior lead is 3 with 8:42 remaining in the ball game. Lakers trying that furious comeback. And Matt Steinmetz, Kalena Azubuike, Kobe Bryant. That's been an interesting matchup for the Warriors defensively.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him the Kobe stopper, but I think he's done a better job on Kobe Bryant than any other Warrior tonight. One of the reasons is I think his strength gives Kobe Bryant a few little problems. When you guard Kobe Bryant with Steven Jackson, Steven's not as strong as Kalena. Kalena's able to keep him out away from the low post a little bit when he's trying to back him in. And also on the perimeter, Kalena's quick enough to do an admirable job against him. Again, I need to reiterate, nobody's going to shut him down, but you try to take away a few things and nickel and dime him over the course of a game.
Matt, when he tries to go on the low post with him, Kalena lowers his center of gravity, and he moves his feet, and he does have strength. And he also challenges shots without fouling. He's got a knack for going up after the shooter leaves his feet, which is what you should do. He doesn't stay down. He goes up and challenges the shot without fouling. And he also has had success tonight, picked up a couple blocks on him.
Monte Ellis, who took a shoulder chuck from Kobe.
Well, Bob, we didn't have a chance to mention at halftime, the Lakers had 14 assists and 14 turnovers. But in the third quarter, they picked up 6 assists, only 1 turnover. They started running their offense. And when they run their offense, they're just more efficient. That's what they've been doing the last few games. That's led to their success.
Here's Kobe again. And Harrington shoved Turiaf out of bounds. And Turiaf had nowhere to go with the ball. And that's just a bad decision by Al.
You get mesmerized and you watch Kobe and you become a head turner. You want to play that passing lane like that.
So now Harrington with 4 fouls. Kobe with 4 fouls. Turiaf with 4 fouls. Biedrins with 5 fouls. Jackson and Monte with 4 fouls.
Turiaf was all alone.
Turiaf putting it in.
They doubled on Kobe on the pick and roll. Nobody rotated. He was wide open when he caught the ball.
3-point ball game. Lakers have owned the tempo this half. They've stopped the Warriors from running. Aaron for 3. Nets That's what the Warriors have been relegated to. Launching three-pointers. 72 points in the first half. And sitting there and stuck on 23 in the second.
And Bob, they're 2 of 11 from three-point range.
Vujacic for the tie, and Harrington with a rebound. Aaron on Farmar, UCLA on UCLA. That ball deflected. Harrington saved the steal. Shot clock at 10. Barrett to Azubuike, hanging. Turiaf sent him away.
They've made some great defensive stops at the rim. In the second half, the Lakers have been doing that.
Monte and Walton. I won't even let you guess who got the foul.
Well, Walton got inside position, and Monte was trying to recover.
Monte with his 5th foul. Monte with 5, Biedrins with 5, Jackson with 4, Harrington with 4. Turiaf knocked away by Jackson. Monte with the steal. Doubled in the corner. Harrington, an outlet to Jack. It's a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Instead of 3, Azubuike kept it alive, but Kobe with the rebound. Warriors cannot buy a triple. Kobe wheeling. What a play to Turiaf. And the foul.
And a chance to tie.
What a delivery by Kobe Bryant.
I know they have freedom to shoot a 3, but when you get a breakout like that, it was a simple 2-on-1. You've got to take that to the iron. That's unfortunate, that last sequence.
That was as nifty a delivery as you're going to ever see.
Behind the back, the 360 wheel, and the drop back pass. So you go around Barrett, elude another one. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Turiaf's got 15. A chance to tie.
You know, it's different doing that on the playground. You guys don't play defense, but if you do it in the NBA with these great athletes, that's something.
A 26-point lead is gone. And we've got a 6-minute and 43-second game. Aaron driving, just rimming out.
Turiaf made him change it just enough.
Farmar to the rim, sent away. Turiaf the rebound.
How many blocks have we seen tonight from small people?
The Lakers are going to use a timeout. 6:21 left. A beautiful block at the rim, but Turiaf the extra effort to get the offensive rebound. Which team can find the will to win this one? The Warriors on their heels. Well, Staples Center has been unkind. The Warriors have lost 9 straight in this building to the Lakers. And the 2-on-1 with Kobe having 4 fouls, the Warriors never threatened him at the rim.
Well, they trapped in the corner, and Ellis got the ball out. You've got 4 Lakers in the back there. And so now you saw Azubuike, you come down, you go right at Kobe. But so many times we've seen Steven Jackson pull up and shoot that 3. And now Kobe comes down behind the back, around the wheel, back to Turiaf, 3-point play, tie game. So the percentages, I say you go right at Kobe because you've got 2 pretty good finishers in Azubuike and Steven Jackson.
The other thing, too, is that Jackson hasn't made a shot in the second half. He's 0 for 5. So, I mean, trying to heat up from distance is a tough thing to do.
It's hard to change your strikes.
So the Lakers have had the Warriors' number, to say the least. And this one with the Warriors up 4 at the end of one, up 23 at halftime. The monster Laker dominance in the third made it a 6-point Warrior lead heading into the fourth. And we are tied at 95 with 6:21 left. Now, Baron Davis is the only Warrior not in significant foul trouble. He has 3, but Monte with 5, Biedrins with 5, Harrington with 4, Jackson with 4. Looking for the lead, Dropping it inside to Turiaf, and he was in the lane forever. That'll be a 3-second call.
Boy, how many people pass up a shot when you're inside the lane like that, right near the restricted area? How about a little jump hook? Warriors lucky there.
Monte Barron with Azubuike, Jackson, and Al Harrington. 6-minute ball game. The Lakers playing like the best team in the West. Coming from 26 down. Harrington from the elbow, and Al takes the lid off the bucket.
He's been 3 of 9. Opens that up right now, and they needed it.
Fisher beating Odom. Into the lane again on Radmanovich, and a foul on Barron.
Yeah, he came underneath, crowded him.
Barron now has 4 fouls.
The Lakers have a little height advantage in there with Turiaf, Radmanovich, and Odom, and they're closing in on the lane and making a difference in those situations.
Warrior basketball camps are back with 2 tickets. Boys and girls ages 8 to 16. Sign up by May 30th. Get $20 off each session. Log on to Warriors.com for more information. Ronny Turiaf, nice round of applause. 16 points, 6 boards. Luke Walton checking in. Radmanovich.
Well, Lakers' free throw percentage is superb tonight, and they're shooting more in the second half.
21 of 25. 14 free throws in the second half. Suzuki driving on Fisher. Couldn't get the bank shot.
Just got to get it up a little higher. Give it a chance to come down.
Kobe on the box. Looking for the lead on Azubuike.
Double team come? No.
And he draws the foul, and he will go to the line. Azubuike's third.
Into the lane. He just got away from Azubuike. And there's not much you can do on that. He's just going to jump over you.
Kobe unties it. Last Laker lead was 19-17. Warriors 72 points in the first half, 25 points in the second half.
Well, this is where your mental toughness comes into play, Bob. You got your 5 minutes. Now you're down 2. So you've given up 28 points from that 26-point lead. You got to find yourself again. No one's going to help you.
Barron on Radmanovich, ball not moving around at all. All Barron. And the Warriors' offense is just non-existent in the second half.
Well, it's hardly recognizable from the first half.
Odom inside. Jackson got a piece. Knocked it away. Monte in on Fisher. Rises over him.
They are just not hitting any perimeter shots. You had the one Barron 3. Harrington a moment ago from the elbow area.
The Warriors are 6 for 32 in the second half.
Under 20%.
Ricocheting out of bounds. It's Laker ball.
They're not getting easy ones. They've been relegated to a half-court offensive game in the second half, and it's changed everything. Brought the Lakers back into it.
Niedrich with Jackson, Azubuike, Barron and Monte. Kobe wants the ISO. Kobe, again, well played by Azubuike. Jackson, Walton fouling him. And with Jackson not making a field goal in the half, maybe free throws could get Stephen Jack on track a little bit.
I think that is what he had in mind there. Azubuike was wide open on the right-hand side, and he passed him up to try to take somebody off the dribble. All the scoring in the second half from free throws.
But as you said, Jim, if you would ask the Warriors when the team busts over, you want to be in a 2-point game with 3:53 left? They would have said yes.
Yes.
I mean,
you wouldn't script it this way.
No, I mean, but all that, the past is prologue on this one. You're in a ball game in a building where you have had no success.
Well, the Warriors are 9-2 this year in games decided by 3 points or less. So that speaks for itself.
So Jackson hits the free throws. So here you go. You got a 3-minute and 52-second ball game right now.
Highway 99 all.
Kobe again on Azubuike.
Better come, and here comes Beavers.
Kobe hanging, missing, and the rebound. Odom went over the back. That is a foul of the Lakers.
They put Beavers back in just to protect the hoop there. Said earlier that Biedrins, the 5-man, is one that will come over and double team on Kobe. They don't want to leave others. You can't leave Fisher to do that. You really can't leave Radmanovic as well.
But I'll tell you what, that's back-to-back times where Kobe is getting a little personal with Kelenna Azubuike.
Yes.
The ball's not moving around for the Lakers, and Kelenna has played him very well.
If they can just prevent Kobe from getting the ball early in the shot,
right,
then you're in much better shape. So then he's got, Azubuike's holding him off. Then he's going to not be as close to the hoop.
Phil Jackson will take time out. The Warriors up one with a free throw coming. 3:35 left. A wild game on Easter Sunday. How does it end? Our location, the City of Angels. On Easter Sunday, Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Matt Steinmetz with you. With 3:35 left in just an absolute wild basketball game. Warriors up 4 at the end of one. Dominated the Lakers, outscoring them 38-19 in the second to build a 23-point lead. Lakers come all the way back from 26 down. And the big three tonight have gotten their points, Jim. But other than Monte, the shooting percentage is nothing you'd want to talk about.
Well, that's because that third quarter and into the fourth, they just forced so many outside shots. In that first half, Monte was 10 of 15. Barron was 5 of 10. Jackson was 6 of 12. So they were all at 50%. Monte at 67%. We chronicle what the problems have come in the second half. It's been really anemic.
The last 9 games, Kobe has shot 40% against the Warriors. He's 10 of 25 tonight.
And that's 40%.
And I can't imagine the drama tomorrow night equaling this, but I have a feeling it will. At Oracle tomorrow, we'll have Roundtable Live at 7 o'clock, and then the Lakers of the Warriors, high def from Oracle, as they conclude the season series, and just an amazing scheduling back-to-back. Lakers. Well, Jackson to shoot one more. Stephen Jackson perfect at the line tonight, 9 of 9. So a 2-point lead, 3.5 left. Fisher and Odom with Walton, Kobe, and Radmanovic. Luke Walton wheeling inside, turning, missing. Odom keeping it alive. Lamar Odom has 19 rebounds.
Prisbilla against the Clippers last night, 25. No one cares about that now. It's 101 now.
Trying to get it to Barron on Kobe, but the Ellis-Fisher matchup is the advantage. Monte floating and getting to the line.
Just not getting the roll this half.
I think at one time, Jim, and you were talking about it, Monte Ellis is quicker than Derek Fisher. Get everyone out of the way, and let him go by him.
You don't need to give Monte a pick and roll situation because it brings another defender into play.
And in this case, another defender is Kobe Bryant, so
just jams it up.
Monte Ellis knocking down the free throw. Derek Fisher, he was instrumental in that third quarter comeback. 16 points, 3 after 3 after 3.
And by the way, you don't want to just clear side, give it to Monte, because then you become stagnant. If it can come and move around and change from side to side to get to him, and then you catch the defense unaware. So they capitalize there and lead by 2.
Wind it down to a 3-minute ball game.
But the Warriors have regrouped.
Kobe.
Playing a little more confidently right now.
Missing again. Biedrins couldn't grab it. Kobe, the offensive rebound, dropping it for Odom, putting it up and out. Big rebound, Azubuike.
So they're making their breaks now.
2.5 left. Superstar on superstar. Barron hitting from the baseline in Kobe's face. 2:20 as Kobe comes into the front court. Odom has done everything tonight, putting it up and out. Biedrins battling. Rebound, Jackson. Warriors coming up with stops on the defensive end.
They've gotten tougher. They're battling the Lakers here a little more.
Barron made one on the baseline.
Yep.
Gets around Kobe, and Odom sent him away. Great block, Lamar Odom.
How about 4 of them tonight from Lamar?
Kobe right now again.
He looked the shot clock plenty of time.
Driving around Barron to the rim.
Barron reached. He reached initially.
Now, depending on who the foul is on, and it's on Biedrins, he's fouled out. So Biedrins is fouled out of the ball game.
And there's your protector. Now Barron goes up on this play, and by trying to dunk it down, he gave Odom time enough to come from one side to the other. If you little finger roll float that thing, Odom would never been able to get off the floor in time, and you might get an easy 2.
Well, Andris Biedrins, you used a good word, Jim, toughness. 6 points, 5 rebounds, the 6 fouls, and just battling inside. And Kobe at the line is usually money. Such a weapon when your best player is an 84% free thrower. He's going to have the ball at the end of games.
You can run the baseline, but they don't have to. Get away from the half-court line.
100 seconds of crunch time. Warriors protecting a 2-point lead.
Radmanovich has done pretty well, good job.
Monte, that was goaltended. So Monte Ellis got around Radmanovich.
Now, Radmanovich has been playing on switches on Monte Ellis and forcing him to the right. Monte said, okay, I'll just go left on you. And he got up there quickly. See, so Radmanovich was not a blocker.
And Kobe answering. Kobe Bryant with 20 to make it 30. Monte with 31.
Someone's got to move.
They're doubling Monte in the backcourt. Throw ahead to Azubuike. Barron's got to come get the ball.
I think Azubuike could take Radmanovich. They're going to go to Jackson on Walton. I'd rather go the other way.
Shot clock down to 7. Jack will launch. It's an air ball. Azubuike's there. He draws the foul. And air balls go to offensive players. Chapter 2, Book of Barnett. And now Kelenna Azubuike, who has played 27 minutes tonight.
Well, I just think that was a good matchup with Azubuike going on Radmanovich. So he got it back anyway. Good contact. Gardner made the basket.
Odom picking up his 5th foul. Azubuike rimming the free throw in. So Kelenna 8 and 8. In the absence of Petrus, he has been the bench player that has stepped forward.
Good point.
And rims them both in.
Not great field goal percentage, but he's working hard.
The final minute. The final minute.
He's not the only one that's had trouble in the second half.
Watch Kobe from deep for 3. He got it. Kobe Bryant's got 33. A 1-point ball game. They're standing at Staples Center, chanting for the defense. Monte to Jackson for 3. Good! Stephen Jack giving the Warriors the 4-point lead. Timeout, Lakers. 38.5 left. A two-possession ball game. And Steven Jackson with his first field goal in the second half. And the drama could not be any bigger. Clock winding down. Kobe with 1-3. And then Captain Jack on the other end. And the Warrior lead is 4. You couldn't write a more dramatic script, even in Hollywood, with Kobe Bryant going for 3. The Lakers coming back from 26 down, and then Steven Jackson, who hadn't made a shot in the second half, biggest shot of the night.
Fisher went down to help out on Monte Ellis, and he left Jackson wide open. And Phil Jackson at the timeout was the most demonstrative I've seen him all game.
So 38.5 left. How do the Lakers play this? It's a two-possession ball game.
Well, they're down by 4, so they need to get a shot probably in the next 8 to 9 seconds minimum, maybe 7.
Fisher and Kobe. Radmanovich, Walton. Kobe Bryant scored the last 7 points for the Lakers. Turning, rising, hitting again. Another 3.
Took exactly 8 seconds. Warriors need a score.
6-second differential. Warriors cannot bleed the clock here. Don Nelson wants the 1-4 flat set.
Can Radmanovich stay with Barron? Look at how they're zoning up. Odom's in the middle. There's nowhere to go.
Jackson, another 3. Got it again! Steven Jackson, cold-blooded.
From 27 feet. That was well behind the line.
8.1 left. In every Western drama, there is a gunslinger that comes in from out of town and sends away the bad guys. Well, Steven Jackson is the Warriors version of John Wayne. Kobe is everything. He's incredible. He's unbelievable. But Steven Jackson more than matches and seizes the moment.
And he loved it. And both, we talked about it before the game, Jackson has to have a good shooting night. They weathered the storm. And Bob, this will actually could turn into a positive. You give up 26 points, get down, and come back and win the game. Perhaps it sends a better message than just blowing them out and winning by 34.
Well, now Phil Jackson go for another 3 with Kobe and then foul. Even if you were to make free throws, they could have another chance. So how do they play the final 8.1?
I'd say drive to the hoop. They don't want to foul you. You want to get a sure 2 if you can, and then make a foul. But then get the ball in half court of a timeout. Who knows?
8.1 left. Kobe has scored the last 10 points for the Lakers. He's got it now.
1 for 3.
Turning, firing, rattling out the 3. You don't want to foul. Down to 2, down to 1. The Warriors win! They blow the 26-point lead, but somehow come back to right themselves with Jackson going for 31, Monte going for 31, Kobe going for 36. What a game we saw tonight at the Staples Center.
This is NBA game at its best. And the Warriors did a superb job after the third quarter of creating their new identity. Mental toughness, I've talked about it many times, Bob, and that's what this team possesses. Jack
Nicholson telling Steven Jackson, "You're all right with me, kid." As he hits a couple threes there. And Jackson with 31. And he's alongside Matt Steinmetz. It's just an amazing finish, Matt. The Warriors still have not lost back-to-back games, only one time since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, hey, Jack, what Jack Nicholson just say to you?
He said, I was the better Jack tonight. He just said he's been watching me. He loves the way we'll be playing, and hopefully we do good in the playoffs if we make it.
Now, you guys were up 26. You got down. This game could have been maybe the worst loss of the season. Instead, maybe the grittiest.
Yeah, we got complacent. Got too happy with that lead. Got a little bit too relaxed. And anytime you play against Kobe Bryant, he's not going to be relaxed. His team's going to play harder. So we found a way to win, but it was still ugly.
Steven, you didn't make a shot in the second half until the 3 with 38, and then the other 3 to to finish it off. I mean, when you're getting ready to take that shot, do you think at all that you're struggling in the second half?
You can't, because if you think about missing the last couple of shots, you're going to miss it for sure. I just try to stay confident. I know I have to make plays. Whether I miss my last 4 or not, I got to make plays. And I'm going to do that for my team every night.
It seemed like Kalena did a pretty nice job on Kobe tonight, made him a volume shooter.
Man, that's the main reason we won this game tonight. Azubuike, he played great defense. He competed. And that's what we need for him to have a great season, a great entire season. He's been playing well. He's the main reason why we won tonight.
Now, to start the game, Barron talked before the game, you guys wanted to pick up your defense, be aggressive, get in the passing lanes. You did that in the first half. You scored 25 points off turnovers. Second half, a little tentative.
Yeah, I think we was a little tired. But we got to find a way to come out tomorrow and do the same thing. You know they're going to be gunning for us tomorrow. They don't want to let us beat them 2 times in a row, so we got to be on our A game.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much. Hey, we got another one tomorrow.
As good as this one is, how much fun is it going to be at Oracle tomorrow night? Same 2 teams. The drama of this game with the Warriors building the 26-point lead. The Lakers come all the way back to take the lead. And, Jim, you know in the league, if you give up the lead, you almost never get it back. And how the Warriors were able to come back and hit those big shots, and it sets up a monster matchup tomorrow night.
Well, it's certainly fun to watch 2 teams play small ball. And actually, the front line of the Lakers much bigger, but the Warriors battled well and did a super job rebounding tonight, and they came through in the clutch when it counted. But those games coming up, yeah, tomorrow night's important, and remaining after that as well.
This part of the Warriors story has been the road Warriors this year. Not only fans that have ventured away from the Bay Area to follow the team, but you knock out 20 wins on the road. That is an amazing thing, particularly in a Western Conference where even quality teams don't have winning road records.
And now New Orleans moves percentage points ahead of the Lakers in the West.
It changes every single day. Dirk Nowitzki with what appeared to be a serious injury. The Warriors equal Dallas in the loss column, and Bob Dylan might say the seeds, they are a-changing. From 1 through 8 every single night.
The times. And that is a 27-foot shot. He was well behind the line. And you see New Orleans Lakers basically just 1 game lost win column, but percentage points favor the New Orleans Jazz. No one cares about that in Warrior land. The Warriors, though, keeping ahead of Denver.
But also catching Dallas. There's a chance the Warriors would be the 7th seed. And what an amazing spread, 1 through 8 in a 4.5 game difference. And, oh, by the way, the Warriors are going to see the Lakers. They're going to see the Hornets. They're going to see San Antonio. And they're going to see Dallas a bunch more.
Talk to people who've been around this league for 40 years. Hubie Brown, he said he's never seen a better race in the Western Conference than we're seeing now.
You'll never see a more amazing regular season game. 9 straight losses at Staples to the Lakers. Forget about it. A happy Easter all the way around. For Matt Steinmetz, Jim Barnett, Bob Fitzgerald saying so long from Staples. If you liked it tonight, we'll see you tomorrow at 7 from Oracle.